Welcome back to another episode of the Decorators of Time, the Dot Podcast. I am your single host today, Theory, and with me, I have a very special guest for today. He is none other than one of our biggest supporters with the music, with the podcast, with everything, man. He is a day one, and he's always there for us, man. So I want to take great pleasure in introducing our friend, Donnie Reeker.
This is where we give a round of applause. Grand gesture moment.
Yeah.
Yes. And the crowd went mild.
Mild. I love it, man. Well, thanks for coming up, man.
Yeah, man.
I was really looking forward to this guest thing with having the guests on, man. Weren't really sure who we wanted to have on first, and it just so happened to work out today with the barbecue and everything going on that we'd be able to have you on for today, man.
Yeah, man. I felt
so thanks
honored.
for coming. Yeah.
Great honor. Yeah.
Gotta rep the FTB family,
the
right?
FTB, man.
FTB.
You know how it be.
Yeah. all of us got that tattoo,
all
man.
Of us. Yeah.
I was so happy when you got that tattoo.
Yeah. I didn't tell nobody nothing either.
You didn't say anything?
No, I didn't. Remember, I was like, send me that logo. I was like, I got something.
Oh, that's right.
And then I was on my way to the tattoo shop, like right then and there, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna stop by and show y'all this.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's the same thing. Crystal Hutchins, she has been a longtime follower of mine and Berserk's, and she had randomly hit me up and was like, hey, I got something special for you. I need your logo. And I was like, okay. So I just sent her the logo, and she was like, I'm going to get it tatted. I didn't believe her. And then weeks later, she sends me a DM on Facebook, and she got it tatted on her arm right next to Berserk's tattoo. And I was like, yo, that's so dope. She's the first person I've ever had somebody tattoo Theory on them.
Right?
Which
okay,
was
that's dope.
Cool.
That's dope.
That was very, very humbling.
I mean, I'm kind of branded up, man. I've got
everything.
I've got everybody up on here, man. So,
and you're still doing work. You just got something done recently, right?
Yeah. Cover up here on my chest. It was a old young and dumb decision house tattoo. My boy was like, "Hey, man, bring me some A&D ointment or some ointment or whatever," and was like, "Hey, come on through." It's like, just fill me up with supplies. It was young and dumb. I was like, "Yeah, I'm 18. Let me get a tattoo on my chest." And it was terrible, man.
Terrible
tattoo. Absolutely
tattoo.
terrible. And now I'm paying thousands of dollars to get all this stuff covered up, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So up here now it's shaded it all out, so you can't even see it no more.
Yeah.
And it's just the outline and some minimal shading, and then in September it'll be all full color over this just terrible artwork. Or Don't get house tattoos. Don't.
Hey, my FTB tattoo is a house tattoo.
Different,
all
man.
Of these are house tattoos on my left forearm. Left forearm.
Yeah, but that's different. That's about somebody who actually knew what they were doing. This dude was just like, hey.
Shout out to Kristen.
This dude was like, hey, you'll be my first one type situation.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do have some experience with that drunk house tattoo with I'm not very experienced. I'm not going to say who Ryan Watts.
That's where, what do you put on there?
He put a Chicago flag on my
logo?
calf, and it just looks like it's supposed to be 6 pointed stars on the flag.
Yeah.
And it just looks like red blobs. We were really drunk when we did it. This is back when I was drinking, and we were really drunk in his studio, and we were doing some music, and he was like, dude, I want to give you a tattoo. And I was like, okay, why not? And he had done I think he did the Strange Music logo on his thigh, or some kind of other, music logo on his thigh, or a fighter jet from Star Wars or something. I can't remember what it was. He had something on his thigh, and it looked decent. So I was like, cool, whatever. Yeah, if you want to do something, I'll give you something easy. And I had wanted to get a Chicago flag for a while.
Right.
I probably should have waited to get the Chicago flag because it's where I'm born and raised. And I wanted that to be meaningful. Not that it isn't meaningful still, but I probably should have waited to get that done from somebody who would have made it look legit.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
Look, I'm telling you right now, out of all these other crap tattoos that I have, man, I'd thought that they would be impossible to cover up. I was like, man, I'm just going to get stuck with this shit for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And, I've got stupid decisions that are still on my back that's being worked on, like, currently. Like, it got to a point, man, like, as I got older, that I felt uncomfortable to take off my shirt because of this one in particular tattoo that I have on my back, and it makes me look like an asshole. So that's why,
What is it, a swastika?
No, it ain't a swastika, man. But for today's
kidding.
world, having a Confederate flag on your back, man, isn't a good look. You know what I mean?
Oh God.
Yeah,
It's not much better.
right. Like I said, young and dumb decisions. Right. That's what it was. And I had this like weathered, torn American flag that's covered up now. And then I got that one. So when I go to get my chest piece finished in September, because I was talking to my artist about it, and she's like, you know what? She goes, just fuck it. She goes, I'm gonna go ahead and not black it out, but I'm gonna go ahead and shade all that out for you, because we have I got a whole theme going on in my back.
Yeah.
So she's gonna
with
go ahead and
the like scary
House of a
story
Thousand
for-
Corpses.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got Otis on there. I've got
That's so dope.
Got an inner working of Captain Spaulding, Dr. Satan. Going to have the Professor,
Fuck yeah.
and then going to put Baby on one side, and then underneath Baby, if you've ever seen the movie, the big logo of the liquor store, the Red Hot Pussy Liquors,
Oh.
is going to be big and bold like that liquor store sign on
so dope.
my back, dude. Yeah. So I'm excited to finally to finish it up.
Yeah.
I've just lost all this weight, so I had to put a hold on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now you're getting it going, man.
Yep.
I can't wait to get my Marvel sleeve started, man. I mean, obviously with everything in this studio, I'm obsessed with Marvel, and I'm wanting to get my whole right arm covered with all my favorite superheroes, and like it doesn't necessarily have to be them per se, but like something that represents them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I want to get Iron Man from like the torso up, and he's my favorite. So,
okay. Yeah. I can follow with that.
Yeah. So he's always been my favorite ever since I was a kid, man, reading the comics, watching the cartoons, all that stuff. Since I can be young enough to even remember, Iron Man was always my number one favorite. And so I want to get him the biggest, and he's going to be on my shoulder, and I want his arm to be extending to where he's going to be firing one of those beams from his palm, and his arm's going to stretch out to my chest. And then I don't know how I'm going to make that work, but I'm going to trust whatever tattoo artist that I go to.
Man, I'm telling you, I've got a fantastic one, and she does very, very excellent work. It just takes forever to get in to see her, man.
Yeah. Well, so the thing is I'm not going to start it for a while, but I know that I did meet a guy who was at a shop, and he specializes in like comic book character tattoos. And like he showed me his Instagram. I can't not remember. I have his card in my wallet. I'll have to look it up and send it to you, because he does really good work too. But he showed me his Instagram. I followed him, and I was looking at his work. And dude, this guy is a master with like, he had done so many like Deadpool ones, so many Batman ones, Superman, like any kind of comic book character, DC, Marvel, you name it. But he was really good, and he was reasonably priced. Like I had talked to him about it, and he was like, I'll charge you X amount of dollars per session. We can get a couple hours done here, a couple hours done there, whatever you want.
That's the way to do it, man.
Yeah.
It really is. Like who's got like $1,200 to put up front for like an 8-hour session?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's crazy.
That's
really, who would really want to sit throughout an entire sleeve?
Oh, you can. It's possible.
Well, I know it's possible, but like with the color that I'm going to want to be getting, I want it to look as realistic as possible. I don't want it to be like the comic book kind of style. Like, so as far as Iron Man, I want him to look more like
you want it more realistic.
The MCU, like more realistic kind of
Yep.
version of Iron Man.
Yep.
And then I'm going to get 3 slices on my elbow, like on the inner elbow, and it's going to be the Wolverine claws. And underneath that, it's going to be the skin ripping, and I want to have Spider-Man's suit underneath it.
I don't care, man.
So
I'll be completely honest, dude. Getting it right in there.
It hurts.
Boy, that's tough.
Dude,
it's mighty spicy, man.
I had a 5.5 hour session on my ribs, and I'm a skinny dude.
Yeah.
And I have that big, huge Phoenix, Day to Remember Phoenix. Shout out to A Day to Remember. You're my favorite band. I love y'all. But I got the big A Day to Remember Phoenix from their For Those Who Have Heart album cover. And that was 5.5 hours of a dude who was high on Percocets,
Ooh.
heavy-handed.
Oh.
I didn't know until after he was done with the tattoo. He did good, but like that was bad, dude.
I mean, some of them people do some of their best work like that, man.
Yeah,
I
well,
mean,
whatever.
You know?
It was after hours, and a friend of ours, a friend of mine and Vicky's, knew him, and so he was like, "Yeah, I'll do it for you." And we sat there for 5 hours, and bro, when I tell you, like, that was painful, bro. Like, being so skinny and like hitting the bone on my rib cage when he would go, and like, oh my god, dude, it was so bad.
dude,
But
I was getting
worth
this
it.
one, man, and like I felt like she was tattooing my nipple, dude.
Yeah.
Like
That must
that's
be
how close
painful
it was.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's still like this much room from my nipple, right, on that
Yeah.
tattoo. So
Well, it was the same thing for mine. I have something right here
Yeah.
too, and it was
Yeah.
the same thing.
feels like it's real close, don't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But the back was the worst, man. I'll be completely honest.
I have my back done shoulder to shoulder in my upper back, and it's a really dope quote, and it says, "For those I love, I will sacrifice."
Yeah.
And I had read that in some kind of, it was when I was in the Marine Corps. I had read that on some kind of military like book or magazine or something, and it really kind of resonated with me. So I got that, and my back wasn't that bad. The only kind of, quote unquote painful part was when he got in the middle, like towards the top of my spine.
Is it all just lettering?
Yeah, it's like fancy calligraphy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he like freehanded the shit out of it. Like I went in and I asked him, hey, how much for you to do my back? I told him the dimensions and everything and where I wanted it to be. And I told him what I wanted it to say and the kind of style. And he was like, I can just freehand something if you want to come back in like 20 minutes.
Right.
And I was like, cool. So I did. And it looked super dope. And I was like, cool, blow it up, put it on my back, and let's get the tattooing. And I was in the tattoo shop drinking actively a fifth of Jägermeister.
You know that makes it worse.
I know, it makes your blood thin. And
yeah,
I bled
dude,
a lot.
Like, it makes it way worse.
And then I went out to the bar after I was done with the tattoo.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was stupid.
I mean, look, man, we've all been there and done that, but that I think the reason why my back hurts so much is because where we started with the Otis placement.
Mm.
You got to think there's that old heavy black tattoo there.
Yeah.
So, the first session, 6 hours, that was outline and some shading, and that
Is
was
that-
out. I guess I don't know.
That was so
I turned
random.
it all down. Yeah.
I was like, what is that? Like, that's funny.
Yeah. Yeah. Got that heavy black work right there, right? And we're
Yeah.
putting full like color, like a portrait over top of it. So that first session of like 6 hours of, because anybody's going to do a cover up. If you're especially if you're getting something like that, the tattoo artist will try to match your skin tone with some grays
Okay.
to lighten up that heavy black.
Okay.
Like they did with this one.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
Makes it
you go
easier
back
to
for your
cover up,
second
right?
session,
Yeah.
blast it over with color and all your other stuff, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it disappears. I mean, that's, you wouldn't think that would be anything up underneath there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, wow, that's a cover up?
yeah, that's a cover up, man.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, that one there.
What is that?
So it's a wizard. So my dad had a wizard, and that's what I actually had there underneath at one point.
Yeah.
And I got tired of people telling me, because he was supposed to be like holding a globe, but I got tired of everybody telling me, "Oh, you got a penis wizard. It looks like he's holding a dick." And I'll be the first. Like, my wife was the first one to point that out to me. I've been all these
Your
years.
wife was the first
Yeah.
one to call it a penis wizard.
A penis wizard. And I was like, and I started looking at it, and I was like, oh shit, he is holding a dick. I was like, oh man. I was like, yeah. I said, all right, that's the one. It's getting covered up. I was like, yeah. And then I told my tattoo artist what I wanted.
a dick.
Yep. Yep, sure was.
Oh, dude.
That one there, that's a cover up, man. That's a cover up. I gave my my artist
That
full.
one looks cool too.
I gave her full control, man, to do whatever she wanted. I told her, you put whatever you want there. I was like, I just don't want any anime. I was like, that's my only like thing. But because I mean, that's what she specializes in. To be
I
completely
do want to
honest,
get anime. I want to get a Vegeta tattoo because I'm a gigantic DBZ nerd, and I want to get Vegeta on my other calf where Ryan didn't fuck up my Chicago flag. But I want to get Vegeta on there. I haven't decided on whether or not I want it to be like. I don't know. Do you know anything about Dragon Ball Z?
a little bit. I mean, I watched it when I was younger, man, because my cousins.
Okay, so you probably don't know nothing about like the newer stuff.
Nah,
so it's like the Super Saiyan Blue kind of thing.
Nah.
And, yeah, so it looks really dope when he's Super Saiyan Blue, which is like basically Super Saiyan God, but a Super Saiyan of that. It's really weird. Like
right.
I'll nerd out with DBZ for forever.
That's my oldest son, man. He's all into that, man.
Dude, it's so dope. And dude, like Vicky gives me so much shit and like says that I'm so basic for liking Dragon Ball Z as anime because I don't watch like Naruto. I didn't watch like One Piece or any of those.
I feel like that shit's basic.
Like,
I feel like any One Piece is like.
I mean, I watched the live action adaptation of One Piece on Netflix and that was really good. But I mean, as far as like the anime is concerned, like it's just so hard for me to find a good anime show for me to sit and get super zoned in on. And Dragon Ball Z is just something that I grew up watching. So it's like I never lost that excitement with the fighting scenes and the transformations and like I always used to tell myself when I was a kid, I was like, dude, if reincarnation was really real and you could be born into any kind of other universe, I'd want to be born into DBZ universe, dude, because I'd love to like be some yoked out fucking long haired, dude who just gets super powerful and fucking glows yellow and red and blue and whatever.
See, while my friends were watching like Dragon Ball Z and all that other stuff, like my fat ass was in there watching the Food Network, man. Like that's what I did.
But that paid off because you're a great cook.
Yeah, it really did, man. It really did pay off pretty well for me. Yeah, that's
that pork tenderloin. No, that barbecue sauce that you made that one day.
That cranberry barbecue sauce, that homemade shits that I made. Yeah, that was good.
Bro, I was so mad that they stole all that shit from the house that one day when I think what was it like 4th of July you invited us over.
It was 4th of July, man.
And you were pissed.
Oh,
bro.
dude,
you were so mad.
And I was drunk.
Yeah.
Like, I was belligerent drunk,
Who the
too,
fuck
dude.
took my barbecue sauce?
Oh, my God. I was so fucking pissed, dude. Like, I had nothing left over. Dude, like, how do you set your own plate to the side?
You didn't even... Yeah, I was going to say, someone stole your plate.
Yeah, dude. Like, I made a plate with the, the homemade queso and chips and my tenderloin and shit. And I put it... Dude, it was a to-go plate. And I put that shit in my cabinet. That means somebody physically went into the fucking cabinet after taking the rest of the leftovers and then took my shit. I was so pissed because there was nothing for me to eat that night. Dude. I was so pissed. I'm with the fucking bed. I had a whole ass fucking fit, raging fit, dude. And I fucking went to bed.
Oh my God.
Fuck it. I was madder than hell.
Yeah, dude. I remember seeing you super pissed. I thought it was just the barbecue sauce. Then I remembered that they stole your whole plate. Yeah, and you were mad as fuck. I would be too, dude. Like. I mean, the one time that I barbecued for like 4.5 hours, like 4.5 hours, and I was just constantly throwing food. It was back when I was drinking, but like I didn't eat a single thing that I cooked on the grill. And I cooked a lot of food. And I didn't eat a single thing because I was so drunk and I was just constantly pounding back beers.
And you don't want to eat anything right then and there to like sober you up, right? So, I mean, that's kind of like... I mean, I don't eat like that. So, I mean, it was kind of the same concept for me. But, like, I knew, like, once I eat, like, I'm going to bed. Like, I'm ready for night-night. Like, if y'all want me to stay up, that's why, even to this day, like, I make my little plate, and then everything else is fair game. Yeah. Right? So.
You got to make sure that you eat it now, though.
Yeah.
Otherwise, someone's going to debo your shit again.
Man, hey, dude, my son, he'll do that. He did that to me last week, and I think it was, a harmless mistake. We had made enough for, like, the whole, like, family Sunday dinner and everything.
Yeah.
And it was kind of my own damn fault because I didn't go to bed that night until, like, 3:30 in the morning. sometime between like 1 and 3, he went in the microwave, man, and stole my whole plate. And I went in there and I was like, "Where's my plate?" You know what I mean? And I heard him still awake in his room, and he was like, "I'm sorry, Dad." And I was like,
Sorry.
I was like, I guess ramen it is, man. You know, I was looking forward to this dope food that I made.
Dude. Well, let's take a quick break and read off something for our ad read, because I got someone that I want to plug. So we will see you right back after the break. All right, so episode 4 of the Dot Podcast is brought to you in part by Homefront Sit Rep. Shout out to David Willis. Shout out to Samuel Deeds, Gunny Deeds. They are a veteran podcast, and we have been on the show numerous times. They've been nothing but supportive for our music and this podcast. And, the community that they've introduced us both to has been so amazing. They do so much good for the veteran community, giving everybody a voice. They put me in touch with a bunch of other veteran podcasts who hopefully one day we will have here as guests. But shout out to Homefront Sit Rep and everything that they do to help the veteran community grow, give the veteran community a voice, and to give them somewhere to put their platform. So shout out to David Willis, Gunny Deeds, and Homefront Sit Rep. Let's get back to the episode. Welcome back to the show, and we still have Donnie Reeker
Me,
as our humbled guest. Appreciate you
the
coming.
one and only. Appreciate y'all being and having me here and everything.
Yeah, dude.
Feel very honored, very privileged.
Well, we've known each other for a while, so, going on 8 years now?
Yeah,
about
9 years, something like that, give or take.
Since I got here. I came here from the hurricane in North Carolina where I was living before, and went to Vapor Lab and applied, and shout out to Rick Ames / DJ Phoenix.
The good old days of Vapor Lab.
Yeah,
man.
dude. Gave me my first job, and I was staying at the Red Cross shelter when I applied there, and man, it was the craziest thing, just having that opportunity when I didn't even have a place to live. Like, it was nuts. Like, staying at the Red Cross shelter is like a displaced,
right,
veteran.
You're like, what the hell do I do?
Yeah,
like,
dude.
Family,
Yeah.
homeless type shit. Yeah.
Everything, man.
Get it.
And I needed a job so bad, and Rick hired me over at the J-Town one. I started on at the 3rd Street one, or 2nd
Central.
Street. Central.
Yeah,
Central
Central
Station.
location. Yeah.
Yeah, over by Churchill Downs, man. And that was fun, man. Vapor Lab was fun. It was some good times.
I mean, it really was some good times, man. Crazy. I mean, the everything from like the Black Fridays where, waking up extremely early and
They were
having
so
to deal with
shitty,
that
dude.
bullshit, dude.
Oh my God.
And,
being at a
everything
vape
from-
shop at 6 a.m. to prep, or like 5:30 a.m. to prep, and seeing a line go out the door across almost the entire parking lot just for some vape juice and stuff, man.
And you're like, shit, dude. Like, you already know it's about to be hell on wheels.
Yeah,
running
dude.
and gunning all day, man.
Yeah, I remember going behind the store and parking in that alleyway at Central, and just seeing, like, when I drove into the parking lot, I would see all those people just lined up. And I'm like, bro, we're about to be so packed right now. As soon as we open those doors at like 6 or 7, whenever it was,
Yep.
dude, the floodgates, bro, they just opened, and so many people were coming in, and we were constantly running back and forth from the lab making juice coming up, and we had to do like a assembly line where we had people strictly in the lab making the liquid,
Yep.
running it out to us, and us doing it at the register, giving people all their stuff. But making the juice was fun, though, man. We got to tinker around with some interesting flavors.
Yep, nothing like being bored, man, and stepping into the lab
Yeah,
and just
dude.
kind of be like, man, I think this would go all right. And then a lot of failures, too. Don't get me
For
wrong.
sure.
It'd be something you'd be vaping on for like a good day or two, and then,
Or some that you'd be like, "Bleh," like
Yep.
right away.
Yep.
But it sounds good, and then you try it, and it's like, nah.
I'd tell you the worst Black Friday that was ever there was being at the Outer Loop location.
Oh God.
because it's so small,
Small,
and
yeah.
you've got and it's hot in there, man.
Yeah.
You know, because you got 50, 60 people in a room like this. You know what I'm saying? Like incredibly
I had worked
tiny.
at that store a couple different times, filling in for some of the employees.
That's
that
where I
would,
started.
Like, go. You started at the Outer
Yeah,
Loop?
I
Wasn't
started
that
at
their
Outer
first
Loop, man.
location?
Yeah, that's the first location.
That was the
man.
first one they opened.
I remember, like, on how long I've been going to that place
Yeah.
was when the owner was behind the counter.
Oh.
When Terry was sitting behind the counter, and then
Yeah.
you had Ryan and Evan running the registers and whipping up stuff in the lab.
Yeah.
I remember those days.
Yeah.
As a customer.
That's crazy.
I just kind of was down on my luck one day, man, and needed a job. I always went and hung out up there at the other locations, and everybody knew me.
Yeah, dude.
I
People
knew
would
them.
come just chill there for hours.
Oh yeah,
bro.
that's what we did.
Yeah, I mean, Central Station was much bigger than Outer Loop, but I mean, we had the couches and the
gaming
Xbox
systems
and
and TVs and stuff.
all that
Yeah.
stuff. So we would have people come in and just sit there, like. I always used to compare it to like those really old people that go to McDonald's and just like they like every day, dude,
Just
like
sit
clockwork. They sit there, they get their coffee, and they just
sit
sit outside on one of the tables at the McDonald's and just bullshit for
man,
hours.
that's what I used to do, man.
Yeah.
Go up there. I'd get off work and I'd go up there at the Hirschborn location.
Yeah.
And because that's where they had all
That
the
was
beverages.
that was
I
the
mean,
poppin' spot.
Yeah, that was the poppin' spot, man. I mean, I met some super cool ass people.
That's where I
Like,
did my first performance, dude.
I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
a interesting time too. Being an employee. I was a manager at that point.
Yeah, this was before we kind of knew each other a little bit because you had your laptop and you were like burning some CDs or something.
Yeah,
and I was
dude.
like, hey man, I was like, can I get one of those? And then I asked you to sign it, and you were like, what? and you're like, man, I've never. Nobody's ever asked me for my autograph, and I was like, well, I'm gonna be the first one.
Yeah.
This is me.
Yeah.
Sign it, man. And I still got that CD, dude. It's like
You
like
do?
one of yeah, dude. It's like one of my little like prized possessions, dude.
Oh, dude, that's so
yeah,
dope. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
On
man.
display in the man cave.
I remember doing that. I remember burning the CDs, and then I remember putting them out next to the register for people to just grab for free.
Yep.
And just be like, hey, man, you like, good hip hop music? Check out that CD right there. You can go ahead and take one.
And now look
Sometimes
at you.
I would even put it in the bag when I would put their stuff in the bag, after they buy a vape or
little
some
promo
juice.
flyer in the bag or something too,
dude.
man. Hey, that's how we used to do it too, man.
You got to, man.
Being on the street team for Strange, and
Yeah.
you got this, 1,000 deck, 2,000 deck little flyers,
For
man.
sure, yeah.
That was back when they had, customers had the bags, working at Vapor Lab, dude.
Yep.
I didn't care.
Yeah,
Just
no.
drop it in there, man.
Yeah.
Either you look at it, you don't.
Or, yeah,
Like,
you
it
look
was
at it
my
or throw
job
it
to
away.
put it out there.
Yeah.
So
I did what I was supposed to do.
Yeah.
I remember those street team days, man, and seeing all you guys talk about and me being so early with the music at that time. I was like, man, these guys have like an in with like Strange Music? Like, that's kind of dope.
Street team.
Yeah, I was like, they're getting like the flyers, they're getting show stuff and
Posters,
Yeah,
merch,
all that
a couple
stuff, and
times
I
a
was-
year, man. They send us a big box full of like just specific merch for us. Like they needed to know
Yeah.
our shirt sizes and everything like that.
that's so dope.
Yeah, got tons of stuff like that, man.
I was always trying to like get in there and be like, yo, dude, like I was always wanting to talk to y'all about like if you guys talk to anybody from Strange Music, you think they'd take my CD?
We
And,
didn't
like,
have an in like that.
Yeah,
but
I know.
mean,
But like
enough-
I was still like just dreaming about it, dude. Like
Yeah.
because I'm such a huge fan of Strange Music and just all their artists, man. And that's why it was so full circle for me to be able to tour with Jerry Robinson. Mm-hmm.
which is dope.
Yeah,
That's-
dude, it
that's
was
like
so
a-
lit.
Yeah,
And I mean, granted, because of the situation with the label that I was signed with, I'm not going to out them on the podcast, but, because of the complications with that and the fact that they had dissolved as a company, I wasn't able to do the whole tour with Jerry, which I was really looking forward to doing. But luckily, his tour manager and his whole team, they worked with me a lot and continued to hold spots for me So I had to do everything on my own at that point, you
Yep.
know.
One door closes, another one opens, man.
Yeah, man.
That's
and,
the way it is, dude.
And even now, you know, and like when I went to, because the first show of the tour was Indiana, Shelbyville, Indiana, and that was the first show that I went on, and I remember getting to the venue, and I walked in, bro. Tell me why nobody was there yet. Like Jerry and his team hadn't gotten there yet,
Right.
And I had texted his tour manager Darren, and I was like, "Yo, I'm here," and he was like, "All right, we'll be there shortly. You know, just go ahead and hang out." And I walked in, and bro, the doors were locked, and I ended up seeing some person walking in there. So I was like, okay, but it was like the back entrance, and I was
Right.
like, I don't know if I'm allowed to even go in here.
Artist only type shit.
Yeah, like I don't know, dude, because it looked closed, and I was like, I don't want to like get in trouble for trespassing. Like I'm just here to perform, you know. But like I saw somebody walk in, and I seen like they were the maintenance people.
Mm-hmm.
But like the dude walked by, and he was just like, I was like, hello, and he's like, can I help you? And I was like, yeah, I'm one of the
Theory.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's Theory.
It's Theory.
I was like, I'm one of the artists to perform for the show tonight, and he was just like, I don't give a shit. Go that way. And I was like, the fuck?
Damn.
Yeah, dude.
Disrespectful.
Disrespect, dude. And I was like, all right, like, cool, asshole. And I walked in, and the manager was there, and there was this older lady. Or the owner was an older lady. The manager was this dude, and he had just like rolled out of bed, and like he had flip flops on and cargo shorts and like long hair, and I was just like, this dude's cool as shit though, and he ended up, you know, I helped him set everything up, and then Jerry finally got there, and getting to meet him, man, he's a super humble guy.
That kind of make you feel a little bit more comfortable once you've seen somebody that you actually knew.
For sure.
Being at a spot that you weren't familiar with.
Yeah. Well,
It's
because Berserk was coming with me and doing a few songs with me on my set list. So he hadn't shown up yet. And I was like, you know, I'm Han Solo at this point in time. And when Darren and Jerry and his whole team and Tara and everybody had gotten there, I was like, all right, now I feel better. I'm going to walk out there and ask what they need.
Right.
And I helped them carry stuff in. And
People who know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yes.
and I meet Darren for the first time in person. We had numerous, Zoom calls on video and whatnot. And when Darren came out, I was like, tell me what I can do to help set up, carry, stuff inside, whatever.
Yep.
And I helped, and I finally come out, and I looked inside the van. They had this white Sprinter van, and I looked in there, and I seen Jerry and Tara in there, and Jerry was like putting together some stuff on his laptop, and I was like, I'm gonna go introduce myself, because I mean, he's the headlining act. He's the superstar. Strange Music. He's super talented and this huge artist. And I was like, I don't want to just walk up and be a noob and be like, hi, my name's
Theory.
Yeah, name's Theory. But I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to dive in.
Yeah.
And I went in.
That's what you gotta do, man.
Yeah. I mean, he had shouted me out multiple times on his lives and stuff like that. Super excited to meet me. And we were doing that single Run It together for my album. So he already kind of knew me, but like, didn't really ever know me
Not
like
formally.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I introduced myself, and he like hopped out of the van and was like, yo, what's up, dude? And like gave me a hug and like was super cool, man. He is such a humble dude.
Dude, those are the best type of artists, man.
Those
really are.
He wasn't one of those artists like you would think, like somebody who belongs to a big label like Strange Music, and somebody who's toured and done music with some of the biggest names in the world. Like you would think that he'd have like that big head. And it's sad to say that like he was more humble and down to earth and relatable than some of the local guys in Louisville that think they have this huge head, and it's like, oh, I'm too big for this, and I'm too dope for that. And it's like, bro, Jerry Robinson is way bigger and way better than you. Like,
right.
And you're sitting here trying to talk to me like I'm some small little, dude.
And he ain't shit on the map.
Yeah.
I mean,
and it's like, you're in the same position as me, homie.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about right now?
Right.
But Jerry was cool, dude. And we did the Chicago show after that, and that was cool. But man, all of it stemmed from Vapor Lab, dude. All of it stemmed from Vapor Lab.
From Vapor Lab, man. It's where it all started.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
where we all became good homies. And
Yeah.
spent hours and hours and hours in that store.
Yeah, dude.
Man, I have to admit, one of my favorite moments.
Oh, man.
Of us in
This
that
ought
store.
to be good. Of us?
Yeah, of us, man.
Okay.
Don't you remember New Year's? Don't you remember New Year's Eve? We went to that bowling alley.
Oh,
It was an open bar.
yeah.
And we were the last ones to leave.
Yeah.
And it was like, what, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning or
Yeah,
some shit like that?
yeah.
It was something stupid ridiculous.
Yeah.
And we had only had like a few hours to like be at the store.
Yeah.
And we showed up at the store all hungover and shit. And we're sitting there, we're like, man, Denny's, right?
Yeah, dude. Oh, yeah. Didn't we like order Denny's to be delivered?
Yeah, we ordered Denny's to be delivered, dude. And we sat there at the end, like we weren't even like by the counter or like over where the other sit down place was.
Yeah,
like we
dude.
sat right there where the customers come in and sit down, just stuffing our hungover
bro.
faces. So
I
Denny's.
remember that. I remember that, dude. That was that day at the bowling alley, man. I gave Teach when he was there,
Mm-hmm.
and his son Noah. I gave Noah the Theory shirt that I had, like the old, like very first logo that was made for me, where it just said Theory and it was like dripping blood.
Yep.
And it was the black shirt, and I had one of those on, and Teach was like, my son is obsessed with you.
Oh
and
yeah,
your
dude.
music.
Noah
And-
really liked you, man.
Yeah, and he still does.
He still does.
Like he messages me. I mean, not very often. He'll do it every once in a while, but like he was so young at that time, and he's like, "Yo, I want an autograph," and I was like, "Of course." Like, who would I be to rob this kid of, like,
Right.
you know,
A little bit of
to
enjoyment,
me,
right?
to him, I might be some huge superstar.
Yeah.
Right. So like larger than life kind of thing. And I didn't want to shit on this kid. I mean, I'm not that type of person anyway.
I mean, you could have had a big head and be like, nah.
Yeah. You know
Nah,
what I
bro.
mean? Like, but I'm not like that. I'm not that type of person. I never will be. And, I remember signing like the back of receipt paper for him, or something like that, or some kind of little card or something that we found on one of the tables. And then he was like, I really want to get a shirt, but I don't have any money, and, you know, this and that. And I was just like, dude,
There
took
you
the
go.
shirt right off my back. And I was
Nice.
like, here you go.
Nice.
And I had that, like long sleeve, like, you know, compression shirt on under it. But I have that picture still
Yeah.
of him posing with the little party hat and
At the bowling alley.
yeah, holding up my autograph, wearing my my Theory shirt draped on him like a fucking dress, and he was like had the biggest smile on his face. And then years later, he's a teenager and he had long hair. I don't know if you remember him. He had real
I
long
remember,
blonde hair.
Yeah, I remember.
And years later, he messages me on Facebook, and it's him standing there, buzz head, tall as shit, much older, holding that piece of paper that I signed for him. He still had it.
Dude,
and he's
that's
like,
dope.
"Yo, I found this," and he's like, "I still have it in my room. I just want to let you know."
Those
And
little
I was
things,
like,
man, mean a lot.
dude,
Like,
it meant the world.
to me, like even the little small things that I have.
Yeah,
It's something that'll never get sold. It's something that'll never, you know,
Never get rid
I
of.
cherish those like little things.
For
right?
sure.
I mean, I like Insane Poetry. Like I really like Insane Poetry. He was super cool, super old dude, still out there, you know, doing his thing. And I remember being at some little hole in the wall, right? Little hole in the wall venue, and it was like out in Portland or something. And it was like Cody Manson and Insane Poetry. And I was like, this dude's so cool, dude. I was like he's super dope. Like I've been following him forever. Like he's like a legend in the type of music that I listen to.
yeah,
So, you know, and I was like, oh, should I go up there? I was like, man, I ain't got nothing. I was like, I ain't got nothing for me to like, you know, ask him to sign, or you know, I
Yeah.
got no pen, I got no nothing. I
Yeah.
walked up to him and I was like, you know, hey, introduced myself, told him what I do, and super, super cool dude. And I'll never forget, I was like, I'd love to have your autograph, but I ain't got nothing. And he's like, hold on. He's like, give me like 1 second. And he like pulled this random like business card out, and like he like signed the back of it, like it was like a complete white back, right?
Yeah.
So he signed the back of it, and then like made like this extra like special drawing on it.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, and it's something that like is like still proudly displayed like in my man cave.
Yeah.
Like those little things, like they may not mean a lot to, you know, they're not some big superstar, you know, like
Yeah.
I don't know, you know, mainstream,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You know, there's nothing like
Yeah.
that. But to me, you know, for people who knows who he is, you know, that was super cool.
For sure.
Having those types of little things. You know, your autograph, you know.
Yeah.
You know, Berserk's, you know, all those. I mean, I'll never forget seeing Berserk for the first time.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, that dude's voice is dope.
Yeah, dude, it blew my mind.
Yeah,
He introduced me at that first performance, and that's the first time I ever met him. And I was like, dude, like everybody at that show, you know, Be Good, Drumma,
Yep,
Ritual
that was a Be Good
Levither.
Drumma show.
Yeah,
I
Ritual
remember that.
Levither was there, Berserk was there, and then me. All those guys, I'm very thankful to still have a close relationship with all of them and still maintain contact, man. But like, dude, all of those guys were like local celebrities to me.
And me
like
too.
They were all larger than life. I remember messaging Be Good before the show and being like, yo, should I put my vocals in my performance or
Right.
should I rap on the instrumental and not have any vocals? Because I don't want my sound to be muddy. I can rap the way that I rap in the song. Like I can really do it. I can keep up with it. It's not like, you know, taking, you know, no punch-ins or very little punch-ins and this and that. So I was like, what should I do? And he was like, do whatever you want, bro. Like, you're just there to perform and put on a good show. And I was like, well, it's my first performance. I don't know. And, I mean, bro, even now, like kind of more mainstream of a person, obviously, but something that I will always cherish and will never get rid of is my Logic autograph CD of College Park. And Berserk was there with me when I won that contest, man. And like, I remember he was on his Discord live,
and
he was
ecstatic, dude. I remember.
He was listening to fan submitted songs.
Yeah,
and everybody was just fucking flooding the chat with their links to their YouTube and this and that. And I submitted like 2 or 3 different times, and it just kept getting drowned out by everybody spamming the shit. And then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna try one more time. And if he sees it, cool. If not, I'm just gonna exit the live and you know can't get it. And it turns out that he ended up just listening to it, and I won the contest, and he signed a CD, and it was the coolest thing.
it's those little things that matter.
Yeah, man. But we're gonna take another quick break.
Yep.
We'll be right back.
Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, this podcast has been brought to you by my latest project, OUR Once Upon a Rhyme. It dropped July 4th of last year, so it's been a year since its release. It's my latest full-length project outside of collaboration projects with others. It's streaming on all platforms. Go stream it. It has an awesome story with some amazing voice actors from featured artists as well. It features Lamondo Carter. It features my partner in Rhyme Theory, and it also features Ryan Watts of IVSI.exe. I know that was a mouthful, but you'll get to know us. OUR, streaming on all platforms. Let's get back to the episode.
All right, welcome back to the show. So, I wanted to show you this. I don't know if you had ever seen it, like in person, but this is the College Park CD that Logic personally signed after he chose. I actually did the remix for his song Beggin' from one of his Young Sinatra mixtapes. And I love that song so much, and I found the instrumental and I did the remix to it.
Dude, that's dope.
But yeah, he had chose it. So after I had submitted the song, and I was like, "Oh, don't drop it, you dick."
Nah, I got it.
But after he had, I will kill you. But after I had submitted the song the last time, man, he was like, "Oh yeah, you know, I'm gonna go down to the bottom and see the newest submissions." And I was like, and so he scrolled to the bottom, and
That's me.
yeah, and
I'm
I
down there.
saw my video at the very bottom, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And he was like, "Logic Beggin' remix." He's like, "You remixing my song, motherfucker?" And I was like, "Well," and he's like, "It better be good." And he clicks on it, and I'm like, "Oh my god, he's listening to it." And I tried to screen record on the Discord so I could have that memory, and it got the screen recording, but the audio was out.
Oh.
And I was so pissed, bro.
Oh, man.
I was so pissed. And, you know, because he had complimented my song, man. And
I
he's
did that
like,
shit on purpose because it was whack.
man, probably.
Nah, man, no.
No, he was complimenting it like crazy, man. And for those of y'all who don't know, Logic is one of my favorite artists of all time. He's one of my biggest inspirations for my music. I'm sure that people who listen to me can obviously hear that inspiration in the songs that I do. But I just love his message and the style that he raps in, his versatility, and his music saved my life, man. Really, I was in a really depressed spot when I started really digging into his discography. I was always a fan, but like I really dove into his discography and got a good representation of what he usually does with his music. And the Incredible True Story was the album that did it for me, and I started rapping along to that. And just every time I would mess up on a bar, you know, reciting a bar, I would start the song over,
Right.
and I'd just try to mimic what he was doing and get good at rapping fast and rapping clear and crisp. And that over the years just turned into me saying, fuck it, I'm going to start doing music. And, you know, that's what birthed it all. So
From the
shout out
bottom.
to Logic, man. You know, you're a real one. And so that was a big moment for me, man. And
Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, for sure.
I got
mean,
that in the mail, and like I was so happy, bro.
Especially
Like,
seeing all the other people in there, man. Like,
Yeah, dude, hundreds
everybody
of
who was
people.
in there who's also listening to it. And,
Yeah.
you know,
and I didn't even know it was a contest.
right?
Like I thought that he was just listening and giving people feedback, and then at the end he was like, "All right, it's time to choose. Whoever I choose is going to be getting, you know, a signed piece of merch from me, you know, and I'll mail it to him." And I was like, "Oh my God!" And I remember, I'm like, this is like 30, 40 minutes after he had heard my song.
Right.
So I was like, he probably doesn't remember anything from, you know, 15 minutes prior. You know, he's been listening to so much music. And he was like, I got to give it to Ryan. He's like, I got to give it to Theory. And I was spaced out. And at that point, I was like, oh my God. So and Berserk actually took a video of me reacting to it on my phone. And I was like, holy shit.
Oh my gosh.
And like, yeah, he sent me that CD. So that was really dope.
That's dope, dude.
Yeah,
like,
man.
Like, you know, the little things like that, man. You know, speaking of like, you know, he's talking about like going through like, you know, dark times and stuff, right? And
Yeah.
certain songs make you feel some type of way.
Yeah.
Things like that, man. I had a moment like, you know, I was going through my divorce and everything. You know, I was out there just being single mingle, you know,
Mm-hmm.
hooking up with, you know, random chicks at the bar and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And it was only around that time like that I'd met Drumma, right?
Oh, okay.
And like I
Shout out
heard
to
it,
Drumma.
huh? Yeah, shout
out
out
to Drumma.
Drumma, dude, like
Yeah.
for sure, because
That's
that
the homie.
man's music, like a lot of his music, like helped me through a lot of the darkest times that I had back then, going through that, like especially Diamonds, dude.
Oh, for
that
sure.
that song holds true to me, like
For
in
sure.
my heart, like for sure.
He
Like-
and he's the type of person that will actually be that kind of support system.
Yep,
Like
for sure.
in real life versus
Mhm.
not just his music.
Yeah.
Dylan is a very good friend of mine, man. And we're gonna be working together on some stuff for his videography and his media company,
Yeah.
Heavy Light Media, man.
I mean, it's crazy. I didn't think that, like, yeah, you know, I was just going to shows and, like, yeah, these are artists. Like, I'm a nobody, right? You know, I'm
You're
I'm
not
nobody,
a nobody to me,
right?
Lonnie.
Well, back then, that's the way I felt, right? And I was like, going to these shows, what's up, big boy? Meet me after the podcast.
Oh,
But yeah, you know, I was like, man, these guys ain't gonna want to fuck with me down the road. And then, like, here we are. All these years been homies, super solid group.
still
you know,
solid, bro.
But, you know, still kicking it and
You're a
hanging
real
out.
one, dude. I fucking love you,
Yeah,
Donnie.
man, love you too, dude.
Thank you for yeah, you fucked up your mic there.
Fuck it up.
But yeah, thanks for coming on the show, man.
Yeah.
You're our first guest for the Decorators of Time.
Feel
so.
honored, privileged.
Yeah, man. So I just want to say thank you, and you know, I appreciate everything that you do to support us and our music, and come to the shows as much as you can, man. And
Yep.
and your friendship also, you are greatly valued, man. You're an important person in my life, man. I just want to tell you that from
I
the bottom of my
appreciate
heart,
that,
for
man.
real.
From the bottom
From the bottom of my heart.
of my heart.
Yeah, no
Yep.
pun intended.
Yeah, same. Stevie.
So that's going to wrap it up for this episode, guys. Again, this is episode 4 for the Decorators of Time. Shout out to Berserk for being the producer behind the scenes today. Shout out to Donnie Reeker for coming and being a valued guest. My good homie, man. He's like family, so appreciate that. And I appreciate all of you. We will see you all next time on The Dot.
Catch us.
You know, we the life of the party, and you know, we about to get it started.